All right, let's talk a little Deshaun Watson. A lot, and I do mean a lot of stuff going around this week about Deshaun Watson being unhappy in Houston and the Jets trading for him, and what will we have to give up, and is it a good idea? And I am here to say two things. Number one, I love Deshaun Watson. Love the guy. I think he is a top 5 at worst. Could be a top 3 quarterback in this league, especially with some of the older guys getting old. Deshaun Watson is great. Let's make no mistake about that, number one. Number two, the second thing I want to say is that we have no business even thinking about going for Deshaun Watson. Now, that is not because he's not a great quarterback and can't help us. Obviously, he can help us. But we go and get Deshaun Watson, it's going to cost a lot of draft picks, and he's due a lot of money over the next few years. So that will basically keep us mediocre for the next 5 years and waste all his time and talent. We should keep our draft picks. We should draft rookies, develop those rookies, and then, if for whatever reason we can't find a quarterback over the next 3 or 4 years, then when you have a team in place of young guys not making a lot of money, then you go and pay a Deshaun Watson to get you over the top. And then you hope for, a Super Bowl in a year or two window, because then you're back to rebuilding again. Kind of like the Texans are now. They had Deshaun Watson on his rookie contract. Now they have to pay him. And look what happened. Things fell apart almost immediately. Now that is not the only reason, but a lot of it is that once these guys get off rookie contracts, whether they're quarterbacks or anyone else, you have a decision to make. The decision to pay is usually not a great one, unless it's a quarterback or an edge rusher or sometimes a corner. It doesn't work for you to trade for that guy when you're in the Jets position. Now, you want to tell me the Jets have a full team and they just can't find a quarterback, as I mentioned earlier? Then give up the next 3 years of draft picks. Who cares? We're going to win a Super Bowl this year. Deshaun Watson is that good. If the Jets had a team in place and all they needed was a quarterback, I would be leading the march with signs. Deshaun Watson. I would be leading the march to get him in here, because he's the type of guy that puts you over the top. At this stage of his career, where he is already past that rookie contract and he's $25, $35, $40 million against the cap, he's not a guy you take on the Jets. Because what happens with a guy who's established like Deshaun Watson, he's already established as a franchise quarterback. He's already established as an elite guy. You think he's going to go cheap? No, he's going to cost at least 3 first-round draft picks, at least, plus. So 2 to 3 first-rounders at absolute minimum, plus a couple of others. And the Jets just can't afford to give away first-rounders for the next 3 years. I know they have 2 this year, but we need those guys, okay? So some of you are probably thinking, oh, we'll probably get him cheap. The Texans don't want him. No, the Texans will just keep him if that's the case. They're not going to give away a franchise quarterback and start over for nothing. And start over rebuilding just because the Jets need him. So think about what teams do to move up for unproven quarterbacks, right? Jets gave up 3 second-round picks for Darnold, but that was only to the 3rd pick, and that was only 3 moves, 3 spots. The Jets were 6. Look at what some of these teams do for unproven guys in the 2 spot. They move up and give up 3 firsts, 3 seconds, whatever. Forget number 1. When was the last time we saw anyone trade for a number 1? I haven't even seen you do it. Those are unproven guys, okay? Now, you might get it for a little bit less than, 9 first-round picks, being sarcastic, obviously, but you might get it for a little less than that because of the salary hit. So the Texans don't have to pay his salary, then they're willing to give up a pick or 2, but Deshaun Watson would cost a minimum of 2 to 3, and I'm thinking 3 first-round picks and more. And the Jets just cannot do that. If the Jets were to trade that much for a quarterback, they don't have anybody to put around them. They no longer have the draft capital to put anybody around him, which means all they're going to do is use their free agent money. And oops, you just gave a lot of that to Deshaun Watson. So if you really want to see the Jets do what they've done for the past 8 years, which is go through 3-year cycles of going through everything and destroying the team and having to rebuild from scratch again, then by all means, let's get Deshaun Watson in there. I've said it here a million times. I am done with that. I don't want mediocrity anymore. I would love to have Deshaun Watson. You want to tell me we can't find a quarterback in 3 years from now when Watson's still only 28 years old? We're going to trade for him? Let's do it. Let's do it. Build the team. You try and find your quarterback. And if you can't find your quarterback or it doesn't work out and you're that close and all you need, like the Jets in 2009 or 2010, we brought Favre in and then we had Sanchez. You want to tell me you want to trade for a guy like Deshaun Watson then? Let's do it. Mortgage the future. It gives you a real shot to win. Jets tried to do that, but they kept Sanchez in 2011, right? Yeah, 2011, the Jets mortgaged the future and gambled on Sanchez, and it didn't work out. So that's it. Final thought is, as much as I would love to have Deshaun Watson here, he is not going to fix anything. He's only going to make things worse, unfortunately. We'll have better quarterback play, but we will not have a team around him. All right, that's it. I'm going to do another one in a few minutes, whatever time. I'm going to do it about the draft and the different options the Jets have. See you soon. Be good.